You know you're ready to date when it's not a need, but it's a choice. Before you choose them, did you choose you and the purpose that God has for you? Hear me, it's not worth being with just anybody for the sake of saying you have somebody. Today on In the Mix, let's have a candid and courageous conversation about the topic, date or wait. Which one's it going to be? Date or wait? Life skills to develop before developing a relationship. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Come on, family. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on. We're going to have a courageous conversation of illumination. We're going to have a courageous conversation of transformation. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're doing that, yeah, the explosion is coming. While you're doing that, make sure that you also hit the subscribe button as well. You know, since we're going to have a conversation of illumination, you know, like we always do at this time, family, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Come on, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat as a matter of fact. Oh, yes. Do that, family. You know, we light it up. Be too lit to quit. We're going to have 100-watt type of conversation. Why? Because we are the light of the world. We're talking today, on our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains, about our topic. We're going to spotlight and highlight date or wait. Which one is it going to be, family? Date or wait? Life skills to develop before developing a relationship. You know, I do realize this. For many of us, it just may not be our time to date. It just might be our time to wait. But waiting is not like you are a person at a bus stop or you're a person waiting on an Uber. No, it's like being a waiter or waitress at a restaurant. You're not looking to be served. You're looking to serve. You're working, you're serving, you're preparing for what it is that you anticipate on receiving. You are in a place of preparation and you are positioned so that when everything aligns, you're not trying to get ready. You're already ready. Come on, family. Type stay ready. Type stay ready. Date or wait. Got to have these life skills that I'm going to talk about. Yeah, that we got to develop before developing a relationship. Singleness is not a curse. That's on your chest doesn't just mean that, you know, you're scared or you're scarred or you're suffering in silence or even just that you're Superman or Superwoman. No, it ought to mean that you are selective. Family, go ahead and type selective. Yeah, not worth being with just anybody just for the sake of saying that you have somebody. Well, I can do bad all by myself. No, I can do good all by myself. All good over here. Gucci over here. Yeah, doing good all by yourself. Drama free. Doing good all by yourself. Peace that passes all understanding. Doing good all by yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Doing good all by yourself because you got healthy boundaries. Doing good all by yourself because you know you're not going to take certain things. Doing good all by yourself because you have a level of emotional intelligence. Doing good all by yourself. Simply because you're not dealing with imposter syndrome and emotional and vision snipers. Yes, you can. Singleness is not a curse. Being single won't kill you, and being married won't heal you. Waiting on God is not a waste of time. Nothing in your life is going to be wasted. Let me jump into number one. Number one, I want you to write this, family. Type this in the chat. Be comfortable being by yourself. We're talking about life skills to develop before developing a relationship. Be comfortable being by yourself. Ooh. Many of us don't like that because you always got to have a wingman. You always got to hang with your homegirl. You always got to be out with somebody. And it's interesting, many of the people who always got to be around somebody are some of the people who always feel the loneliest. They don't understand that being alone does not mean that you're lonely. It only means that if you're in the wrong company. Why? Because if you have somebody and they're not on your level, you are still alone. Hello? Hello? In the words of Lionel Richie, hello? Is it me you're looking for? I need you to find you. I need you to find you. Family number one, I told you to type it. You got to be comfortable being by yourself. As you're coming in, we're talking about data weight, life skills to develop before developing a relationship. Just because you're alone doesn't mean you have to be lonely. And here's the question for you that you got to answer poetically, poignantly, profoundly, however it's going to be. Do you enjoy your own company? Do you always have to be stimulated and overstimulated? Why? Because so many of us, silence can be so loud. You can't even go to sleep without the TV going. You can't go to sleep without your phone by your ear. And you know your phone been dry as a bone for the last 48 hours. But you said you got a just in case on you. Treating your phone as if it's a break glass in case of fire. I need you to hear me. Do you enjoy your own company? Many of us really don't. Do you know how many people I've talked to? And they said, wow, I did something for the first time. I went out to eat by myself. Let me call the restaurant now. Table for one, please. I ain't got no problem with it. Why? Because here's the thing. When you know what you bring to the table, you refuse to be treated like a napkin. Oh, family, just type in the chat, I'm not a napkin. Family, just type in the chat, I'm not a napkin. When you know what you bring to the table, you don't mind eating alone. Too often, especially in the beginning of a relationship, what do we see? Couples who are always doing everything together. Hanging out. Great to do that. But in many cases, some people cannot maintain their own independence. They don't know how to balance the delicate dance of being independent while being interdependent. Why? Because here's the thing. It's very, very important to be able to be like Baryshnikov, to be able to be a Fred Astaire as you're taking a step up the stairs of the relationship, being able to do that delicate dance. simply because nobody can make you happy. Because generally happiness is based on what's happening. And generally, if things are not happening the way that you want them to happen, you're not happy. You got to have more than just being happy. You got to have some joy. People cannot make you happy. They can add to your happiness. Nobody can complete you. Only God does that. You got to get to the particular place to where here it is. You have a level of happiness that does not emanate, originate, or need to be validated by anybody else. You got to know who you are. Because when you know who you are, you don't mind being in your own company. When you know who you are, you know peace is there. Many of us cannot be alone because we're dealing with so much chaos. We're dealing with too many emotional snipers. We're dealing with trauma and triggers that become so TNT explosive. You have not quieted your mind. When are you going to send yourself some roses and just get excited as if somebody gave them to you? When are you going to take yourself out on a date and not need a woman to be there, bruh? When are you going to take yourself out on a date and not need a brother, not to have a brother needed to be there, sis? When you are in a place of singleness, this is the time for you to do everything that you want to do when you want and need to do it. It's a time for you to get in touch with the gifts that God gave you to exercise that particular level of your purpose. You can love being around that particular person, but you got to be able to cherish your time being alone as well. Whether it's to get work done, whether it's to practice self-care, whether it's to clear your head. Right? And here's the thing. A partner, a purpose partner, is not going to be the interruption of you being in a particular place of self-development. But when you got the right person in your life, they don't come to interrupt. They come to improve. They don't come to stop you from doing what it is that you do, the way that you do it, how it is that you do it. Yeah, they don't come to intercept your purpose. They don't come to be a defensive back. Yeah, who wants to encroach and sack? Right? No, because with them, here it is. And I hate these terminologies, settling down. Why I got to settle down to be with you? Why can't I level up? Y'all don't like that conversation. When you going to settle down? No, well, I'm already leveling up. Who's coming to level up with me? Who's the right queen coming to level up with me? It's up and it's stuck. Come on, family. Just type "it's up." It's up and it's stuck. We in orbit. I have to, number one, again, be comfortable being by yourself. We're having a courageous conversation, family. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. All the way up in here, up in here, up in here. And I love the courageous, I love the colorful conversation in the midst of the courageous conversation that's going on. The comments, and you see the various colors of the badges. That is because we have so many great individuals like you who have become a partner of In the Mix. Family, you're joined in, you're tuned into In the Mix, but why aren't you a member of In the Mix? I need you to partner with me. Come on, partner. We are better together. There is power in partnership. There is purpose in partnership. I want you to become a partner of In the Mix. Go ahead, tap the join button. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video to be able to secure a badge, to be able to become a member of In the Mix. And here's my gift. My gift to you is that now I'm giving you access to our Connor's Corner content. Exclusive information, exclusive insight, exclusive behind the scenes footage coverage hearing me in a level that you don't necessarily hear me and see me up close and personal, even more so than this. That's my give and my gift to you. Membership has its privileges. Go ahead, get a badge even now and become not just a supporter, but become a partner. Family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button as well. We're talking about date or wait, life skills are developed before developing a relationship. Number 2, told you number 1, got to be comfortable being by yourself. Number 2, keep jealousy from ruining your relationships. Yeah, family, just type no jealousy. Keep jealousy from ruining your relationships. Maybe you were in an unhealthy relationship or a marriage where there was infidelity. And here's the thing, it can be challenging not to trust again. It can be challenging to trust again, rather. It can be challenging not to jump to conclusions the next time around. Why? Because you're trying to say, well, you can trust me. Well, here's the thing. Somebody tells you you can trust me, you generally probably can't trust them. Because trust is not in words, trust is in actions. Well, you can trust me. You can trust me. I need to see some fruit. Why is that? Why is that? Because some of us are so used to dealing with people who are crying and lying at the same time. Hard to trust. Skepticism. And generally, skepticism now builds walls. When in many cases, we need to not build walls, we need to build boundaries that are bridges. And here's the thing about jealousy. Really, none of us can be jealous. Why is that? Because you don't own anybody. I need you to hear me. See, here's what we do. When you get in a relationship, when you get married, you become so territorial to where you think now you're in a place of ownership. You don't own me, and I don't want to own you. Woo! Hello? You don't own me. Let's take this and rewind it back. Let me speak very ebulliently, explicitly, clearly, loquaciously. Let me be real intoxicated with the exuberance of my intellectual verbosity and specifically say, you don't own me. You don't control me. Right? And you shouldn't want to control or own anybody else. Why? Because whoever God gives you, it is not on own, it is on loan. Well, why can God be jealous? God is a jealous God because he owns everything. The cattle on 1,000 hills belongs to him. And then even the hills that the cattle are on belong to him too. Nothing that was made without him. Jealousy denotes ownership. And none of us own anything. Well, I own my car. I own my house. I own this. I own that. Everything that you have is not on own. It's on loan. You never would have had it if God never would have gave it. Are you hearing me? So here's what I have to be. I have to be zealous and not jealous. Oh, we're going to make it make sense in here, up in here, up in here. We're in such a place of possessiveness. Listen, for some of us, when you came out the womb, it wasn't even you got slapped on the behind. Some of us didn't even cry. Yeah, I know some of y'all just so super saved and sanctified that you spoke in unknown tongues as a spirit gave utterance. I get it. You were born on a church pew right in the front row too. Some of us didn't even say mama or daddy. You said mine. Yeah. They had some candy in their hand. Ain't nothing harder than to get some candy out of a baby's hand. You talking about, well, it's like taking candy from a baby. No, it ain't. You try to pull something from a baby's hand? No. You ain't gonna get that thing. Pry them little fingers open all you try to want to. It's gonna be hard. Got a grip, and whatever they holding, it ain't gonna slip. Many of us are so used to saying mine. Mine. This is mine. That is mine. I. Me. Not us, not we. We're in such a place of jealousy and possessiveness. And here's what I can't be. I can't be jealous. I got to be zealous. I got to be zealous about my gift. I got to be zealous about my calling. I got to be zealous about what it is that God called and instructed and created me to do. Why? Because you're dealing with somebody who, no matter how much they love you, they make mistakes. And here's the thing. Some of us, we don't even know what our deal breakers are until something happens that you didn't even have on the list of a deal breaker. Wow, I didn't even know that was a deal breaker of mine. And now your heart is broken. Because here's the thing. You made people a source when they're only a resource. No need of you being jealous. You can't control anybody anyway. You can't put a low jack on nobody's leg. You can't put a tether on nobody's leg. Well, Jimmy, takes you about, 8 minutes to get home from Kroger. Why did it take you 15? Stop all that. The possessiveness that oftentimes you have is due to insecurity that has not been resolved. It is due to trauma. It is due to triggers. It is due to, let me do to them what I don't want done to me. It is comparison and contrasting. When you need to move into a place of healing, you have to get into a particular place to where you bless and release certain people. You have to handle yourself with care, with self-love, with some positive level of affirmation. Because generally, most people say they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to leave this relationship, they're going to leave that relationship, they're getting on the phone, talking to their boy or their girl. And they just want to hear somebody's opinion. They just want somebody to be a sounding board, and they go right on back to them anyway. Simply because they have not healed. They are dealing with a level of insecurity. You got to move into a particular place to where you're not jealous, but you are zealous. Because if not, people will play on your insecurities. They will play on your emotions. They will gaslight you because they understand the weakness that is within you. Family, we're talking about 10 life skills. We're talking about life skills. Yeah, I'm going to give you some life skills. Give you some life skills to develop before developing a relationship. If you're not a member of my Eagles community, listen, I want to take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. I want to show you how to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Here it is, without losing time with your loved ones, without being mentally exhausted, or even without spending thousands of dollars. Join my Eagles community right now. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you will be transformed. Family, let me take a quick break. Breaking news. Got a special message in the midst of this special message. I want you to stick and stay. More is on the way. After these messages, I guarantee you, I'll be right back. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready. to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to, heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. We're having a conversation of illumination, courageous conversation, talking about life skills to develop before developing a relationship. Should you date or should you wait? And I need you to hear me. Waiting does not mean to be idle. Waiting does not mean to be lazy. It means I'm working on me for who God has for me. And I'm not just working on me for who God has for me. I'm working on me for myself. Why? Because I have to become the right one if I expect to receive the right one. I got to become right for me. I got to become the right one for the right one. Told you, number one, be comfortable being by yourself. Two, I told you, keep jealousy from ruining your relationships. Thirdly, here it is, manage your money. Come on, family, type that. Manage your money. Too many of us, we are economically impulsive. Yeah, we got some EI going on, and I'm not talking about emotional intelligence. What I'm talking about is economic impulsivity. And here's the thing. We have to adopt a skill of not being impulsive with our money. I have to move into a particular place of self-control. Yeah, you want to impress your bae, your boo, the person you're interested in. I get it. But oftentimes we're running up bills. We're running up the tab. We're doing things quickly and expediently. And we're not managing our money by having a defined budget. We're going over the speed. We're going over the speed limit and the speed spending limit. Because it's 0 to 100 real quick, and 100 is the dollars. Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Some of the best dates don't cost any money at all. Some of the best dates go beyond just Birkin bags and shoes and clothes and trips. Here it is, because you cannot put a dime on time. I need you to hear me. You can't quantify time in dollars. You can lose money, but you lose time and it's gone forever. So somebody investing time, you can't quantify it with a dollar to dime. Right? We got to really get some unhealthy spending habits under control. And here's the thing. A lot of us have adopted unhealthy spending habits because we were reared in that way. We didn't see parents and grandparents and mentors. We should have been mentors, managing their money and their resources wisely. No, they became a liquid asset. Everything that they got in their hand, they spent it. So what am I doing? Here's the question. To be a good steward of my finances. What am I doing to be a good steward of my resources? When we talk about develop before developing a relationship, I got to develop some level of self-control, some money management, a mindset that causes me to be a good steward of my resources. We put more money into, in many cases, what's on our back and what's on our head and what's on our body than what's in our head. We have to make an investment in our gifts, in our growth, in our purpose. We have to build a financial nest egg so that, here it is, we can soar on wings like an eagle. If you're not a part of our Eagles community family, I want you to join me. All the great ones have a coach. I want to be your coach. I want to empower you. I want to show you how to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence without losing time with your loved ones and friends, without mentally exhausting yourself, and without even spending thousands of dollars. Join our Eagles community at such a nominal rate. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. We've been talking about date or wait, life skills to develop before developing a relationship. Family, is this helping somebody? Is this helping somebody? I don't know who I'm talking to. I hope it's you. Number one, I told you, be comfortable being by yourself. Number two, keep jealousy from ruining relationships. Thirdly, manage your money. Fourthly, manage your time. Manage your time. Here's the thing. A lot of us, when we get into a relationship with somebody, we don't even have powerful and positive time management. And here's the thing. Sometimes that time management gets even worse because we don't even have good time management even on our own. Thumbs are sore from scrolling on your social media all day. Doing everything but pushing and pivoting into your level of purpose, procrastinating. And here's a lot of times what we do. We get so inundated with somebody, and all we do is just get so fixated and focused on them that we stop managing our time. Here's what we do. We start putting things off till later because of a date. Not realizing that first, before you ever go out on a date with somebody, here's what you do. You have a date with your destiny. Before you ever expect a purpose partner, I need you to hear me. What are you doing to partner with your purpose? Too many times we keep putting things off till later. We keep putting things off till later and our plans till later because we've made a woman or a man more important than our plan. I need you to hear me. Let me say that twice because it's oh so nice. Why have you made a woman or a man more important than your purpose and your plan? You got to get no in your vocabulary. And here's the thing. If people are offended because you can't hang out, you can't go on a date, you can't do this, that, and the other because you are laser focused on your purpose, let them. Come on, family, type let them. Type let them. Blessed is he or she who is not offended in me. Let them. They got an attitude. Let them. They feel a certain way. Let them. They don't have any emotional intelligence. Let them. They want to disassociate. Let them. They're in a place to where they're mentally, they want to agitate. Let them. Come on, family, type bless and release. Bless and release. Bless and release. Why? Because I'm stepping into a place of increase. I am managing my time. I'm managing my time. I got to know the days. I got to know the times. I got to know the seasons. And here's the thing. In that level, in that interval of time, watch how people change. Watch and see if they're able to manage their emotions in the interval of time. What do I mean by that? Sometimes in the fall, folks fall off. In the winter, and yeah, they fall off in the fall, and maybe you need to fall back too. In the winter, they don't act like a winner. They want to treat you as if they are a loser because that's their mentality. In the spring, their attitude springs up. In the summer, now they want to be a hot boy or a hot girl rather than being a healed man or a healed woman. Watch. Be vigilant. Have a level of discernment. Right? Because many of us, we just want to Netflix and chill, but what are you doing to network and build? I have to seize the moment. I have to move into a place of carpe diem. I have to seize the moment. I have to take advantage of this time that I have right now, because this is the youngest that you will ever be, is in this moment. What are you doing to own it? They can't write the book for you. They can't build the business for you. They can't develop what's in your head for you. You have to do it. And if they can't understand the sacrifices of what it is that you have to make the break. Oh, it's tight, but it's all right. It's tight, but it's all right. Come on, family, type manage your time. Manage your time. You can lose clothes. You can lose a relationship. You can lose money. You can lose things. But here's the thing. You lose time and it's gone forever. What am I doing to manage the time? What am I doing to manage the moment and own it? Next one. Manage stress. Manage stress. Come on, family. Type manage stress. Hear me. What you fail to manage will mismanage you. You have to manage your level of stress. And here's the thing. Many of us, we're looking to a person to bring us peace. And hear me. If you have chaos internally and the abscess of trauma that has not been targeted, discovered, dealt with, and even seeking to remedy, is going to be nothing but calamity with somebody. Why? Because who you are, a lot of times you can't see who you are being by yourself. But being in proximity with another person, they see you, when in many cases you don't see you. And as a result, what you have not dealt with in your singleness will either lead to a marital bless or a marital mess. What are you doing to become successfully single? And to become successfully single, hear me, you also have to move into a particular place of managing your stress. Stress management is not just the building block for building relationships with other people, it's the building block for building a relationship with yourself. We place such an onus on other people. We want to hold people to a standard that we don't live up to. How do you manage your stress? Do you project your anger onto other people? Do you just start spouting off at the mouth? Do you say permanent things in temporary situations? Because your words don't have a receipt. You can't take it back. Are you so moody that you just mess up the moment? And you won't even move into a place of accountability to own it. You want to treat the relationship as if it's a bully pulpit. That's not fair to them. I don't know if you need to go to the gym. I don't know if you need to be in your prayer closet. Counseling and therapy. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. I don't know if you need to go for a brisk, quick walk. Journal your thoughts. Whatever is going to be to ease your mind and unwind. Come on, family, type unwind your mind. Unwind your mind. Because generally what you're projecting on somebody else is really what you're dealing with internally that you haven't addressed, or you see it and you won't deal with it. And I need you to hear me. What you don't deal with will deal with you. That's why you got so much anger and anxiety. Because you haven't moved into a place of stress management. I need you to be graceful with yourself. I need you to handle yourself with care. And hear me, a lot of us don't handle ourselves with care because nobody handled us with care. Hear me, each and every single one of us. Yes, I'm talking to you. 2, you have a fragile do not drop label on your life. Give yourself grace. Family, just type that. Give yourself grace. But I need you to hear me. Giving yourself grace doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to put them in a place. Yeah, you want to give everybody a piece of your mind to only be left with just a piece of your mind, but no peace of mind. But I love what Scripture said. He said, I'll keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on me. Stress management. Stress management says this. What triggers me? And based particularly on what triggers me, am I going to get a hold of it? Or here's what am I going to do this? Am I just going to pull the trigger? Well, I ain't got no gun, but yeah, guess what? Your words are a tongue. Yeah, you didn't assassinate anybody with a gun, but you did with your tongue. Why? Because your words are a sword. Family, you got to get control. When we're talking about before developing a relationship, it first begins within. Come on, family, type win from within. I got to win from within. I got to love me before I ever expect somebody else to. And hear me. You know how you show yourself that well, I love myself. I know my worth. Do you really? Because where are you at when it comes to managing your stress? Where are you at when it comes to managing your time? Where are you at when it comes to managing your money? Talk to me, somebody. Where are you at when you're living from a place of insecurity and jealousy? When you're jealous, but you're not zealous? Where are you at? Because you can't be comfortable. You're not even comfortable being by yourself. That's a problem. Do you see these factors are indicative of self-love. Self-love is more about works than it is about words. What you're saying and how you're living are two different things. I've got to get some synergy in the midst of the complexity. Come on, family, type I love me. Come on, type it. I love me. I love me. I love who God made me. I love who God created me to be. And I'm going to walk in the power of my destiny. I'm going to develop before developing a relationship. Why? Because this next one's going to be fruitful. Come on, I speak a fruitful relationship over your life. I speak fruitful marriage. I speak fruitful partnerships. I speak divine connections. I speak increase. Internally. Purposefully. Yeah, it's not going to be fussing and fighting in this relationship. Not going to be like y'all in the movie The Great Debaters. It's not going to be who gets the best award, who gets the Academy Award for best actor or best actress in a drama. It ain't going to be that this time. Not going to have more drama than a soap opera. I speak peace. Yeah, hear me. The right one, I'm speaking it over your life, is going to bring peace and not pressure. It's going to bring suitability, not anxiety. They're going to be a teammate and not an opponent. Why? Because there's going to be accountability. Whoever is right or whoever is wrong is going to be able to own it. Not going to let the sun go down on your wrath. Not going to be in a marriage living together but feeling as if you're roommates. Come on. I need you to make some room to bloom. Come on, family. Type room to bloom. Room to bloom. In order to bloom, here's what you got to do. You got to prune. Oh, y'all don't like that. Family, in order to bloom, you got to prune. Certain things want to grow, but there's too much dead weight on your mind. Too much dead weight on your peace. Too much dead weight on your purpose. You keep reliving. You can't move forward because you keep looking back at the X. When the X is just an example to move from X to next. But in the beginning, in the middle between the X and the next is the place of the healing. Come on, prune that attitude. Prune that negative disposition. Prune that lack of self-management. Prune that low self-esteem. Prune that lack of feeling comfortable by yourself. Prune that jealousy. Prune it. Come on, cut it off. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. Prune to bloom. Something great is going to come out of it. But here it is. I don't want you to rush yourself through it. I don't want you to rush yourself to date. I want you to prioritize yourself when God told you to wait. Because you know you're ready to date when it's not a need, it's a choice. You are not needy, you're needed. I need you to prioritize you and the purpose that God gave you. Family, I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. We had a courageous conversation in the midst of this in the mix. We've had a courageous conversation in the midst of in the mix. Conversation of illumination. Conversation of transformation. Family, drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. This is where you grow. This is where you soar. And I'm believing that God is making room to bloom in your life. You got a date with destiny. You need to get the date on you. Dating for data, right? That's what you said. I want you to get the date on you. What it is that God gave you. Because more than you can imagine. And I'm believing God's going to do 30, 60, 100 fold in your life. He's going to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. You can sow via super chat, via super sticker into this super conversation. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video for how to give and for where to give. You can sow via Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. Again, Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. I want you to sow into fruitful relationships. I want you to name your seed as you're sowing your seed. And maybe you're naming it fruitful relationships. Maybe you're naming yourself. Maybe you're naming it miraculous marriage, fruitful marriage. I don't know what you're naming your seed, but I want you to name your seed as you sow your seed. And I believe God is going to meet your needs. Not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. I want you to give cheerfully, not grudgingly nor of necessity, but the Lord loves a cheerful giver. And I know He's opening up windows of heaven, pouring out blessings that you don't have even room enough to receive. That means you got to share it and bless somebody with it. Thank you for the seeds that you've sown. Thank you for sowing seeds. Yes, super chat, super sticker, but also electronically as well. Links to where and how to sow are in the chat and in the description of this video. Family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button as well. I want you to make sure that you join our Eagles community. I want you to soar with us. We're increasing, again, your ideas, your impact, and your influence. To where, here it is. Not going to have to spend thousands of dollars to do it. Not going to lose time with your loved ones to do it. Not going to be mentally exhausted by being a part of our community to do it. No, there's an ebb and flow. There's an ease that goes into you discovering, developing, and us deploying you into your greatness. Go seize the moment right now. This is just a snapshot. This is just a slice of what we do in our Eagles community. I go further and farther than where it is that I go here. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed, and soar with us. Come on, family. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat, family. Eagles, empowered, authentically gifted leaders envisioning success. If you're not a member of a In the Mix community and you're not an In the Mix member, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on when it comes to joining our Eagles community? What are you waiting on when it comes to joining our In the Mix membership? I want you to partner with us. To be an ultimate partner, join us in our Eagles community. To be a partner, where it is that you are right here, more than just your support, your partnership matters. It causes our show to grow, causes us to broaden our broadcast, get the type of equipment that we need to make this a bigger, better, brighter broadcast for you. Why don't you sow into it? Why don't you help us to do that? Tap the join button. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description for how to get a badge, but also that badge now gives you access to Connor's Corner content. I'm giving you some exclusive insight, information, and revelation. Family, did this conversation empower you at all? Did this conversation empower you at all? I sure hope so. Because In the Mix is out of time. Yeah, but family, I'm not out of truth, and so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I do want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. That's right. And we mix it up right here. Up in here, up in here. Weekly, but also on our sister satellite stations on social media. Yes, we do. So I want to thank you, salute you for definitely doing that and joining us there. But of course, I got a question for you. I need you to let me know. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? I need you to step this way, step that way. Yes, step this way and step that way. Which way am I talking about? By following me right now. Friending me, follow me right now on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr. Come on, family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. Of course, if I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't you dare hesitate to reach out to me. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, come on, family. The search stops now. Why would you look for anyone even further? You know I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session, your event, your college. Let's make some progression. All you have to do is invite me via email. Email me info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know, brother, got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment.